What do you call a factory that makes okay products a satisfactory? Today, I'm going to recap a 2017 action thriller film called John Wick Chapter 2. A quick warning, there will be major spoilers ahead. John Wick heads to a warehouse owned by Abram Tarasov to get his car back. Abram wants payback against John for killing his brother Viggo and nephew Yosef. John is killing all of Abram's guards before he finally gets to his car. As he drives away, a whole mess of Abram's goons start attacking John. But the man is persistent and easily kills all the goons before making his way to Abram's office. John simply pours Abram and himself a drink. He chooses to spare Abram in a peace offering. Abram questions John as to whether or not he can actually find peace. John returns home to the still unnamed dog he took at the end of the first movie. He calls Aurelio to come pick up the car, which is a total wreck. Still, Aurelio claims he can fix it. After he leaves, John reburies his weapons beneath cement, as he feels he is done with the assassin life. He watches a video on his phone of himself and his late wife Helen. Later that night, John is visited by another assassin named Santino D'Antonio. He presents John with a marker that John gave him, which is essentially a blood oath used to get out of the assassin life when he decided to be with Helen. Santino wants John to kill his sister Gianna, who is set to ascend to the High Table, a group of powerful assassins. John refuses, despite knowing full well what will happen if he does so. Santino leaves John's house and then grabs an RPG launcher to destroy John's house. Thankfully, the dog survives this time. John goes to the Continental Hotel to meet with Winston to discuss the marker and what Santino has requested of him. Winston cannot do anything about it since John took the oath, and if he continues to refuse it, his life will be up for grabs. John then heads off and leaves the dog, in the care of the hotel's concierge, Charon. John heads off to Rome to complete the task. He stays at the Continental there, owned by Julius. John then meets with several people to get the weapons he needs to kill Gianna. John attends a party that is basically her coronation. She is accompanied by her loyal bodyguard Cashin. John confronts Gianna alone. He tells her that Santino sent him. She chooses to die on her own terms and slits her wrists. She lays in a pool as she dies. John holds her hand and puts a bullet in her head to make it look like he killed her. Cashin spots John as he is leaving. Knowing John is working again, Cashin tries drawing his gun on John, but John is faster. He gets away and starts killing the other hitmen that go after him, when they find out Gianna is dead. Cashin catches up to him and fights him up until they crash through a window of the Continental.
There will be no business conducted on the Continental ground.
John and Cashin sit at the bar to calm their nerves with drinks. John explains the marker and that Santino sent him to kill his sister. Cashin understands but also cannot allow his ward's killer to go unpunished. He pays for John's drink and leaves. John then spots Ares, Santino's mute bodyguard. She lets him know through sign language that she'll be seeing him. As John is heading back to New York City, Santino puts out a $7 million contract to kill John. The contract goes out to all the hidden assassins in the area. Cashin finds John as he gets on the subway and finds him in the train.
blade is in your aorta. Pull it out, you will bleed and you will die.
John leaves Cashin on the subway. John runs into an assassin posing as a homeless man and asks for help as two assassin janitors go after John. The homeless assassin kills the janitors. John goes to seek sanctuary from the Bowery King, an assassin that once had a run-in with John and was left with a scar on his neck. John spared him, and so now the BK sees himself as unbreakable. He also knows of the bounty on John's head. With BK help, John is able to locate Santino's whereabouts. John heads to a museum where Santino is set to take his place at the high table. John crashes the shindig and starts going after all of Santino's men. John chases Santino through a hall of mirrors before having to fight Ares. John manages to stab Ares and leave her to die. Santino rushes to the Continental to seek refuge, knowing that he can't be touched there. John finds him in the lounge.
A man can stay here a long time.
Jonathan, listen to me.
Yeah, Jonathan. I never eat the same meal twice.
Just walk away.
He then goes to pick up his dog from Sharon. The next day, John goes with his dog to meet with Winston at the park. Winston informs John that because he killed on Continental grounds, the High Table has doubled the contract and sent it to every assassin across the globe. Winston must mark John as Excommunicado, but he gives him 1 hour before the contract takes effect. It then becomes evident that every single person in the park is an assassin, and they have their eyes on John. John tells Winston to let everyone know that if they go after him, he will kill them all. Winston agrees. John leaves as Winston puts the word out. Every passing person looks at John, knowing who he is and what they want from him. John is forced to take the dog and keep on running. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy, hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. You should watch the full movie. Thank you very much for watching.